And I'll have how the Vikings are preparing for this weekend's game against St. Johnsbury. News 7 starts right now. The Vikings will be in the playoffs for the first time in 4 seasons, and this game, they say, is good preparation for them for the playoffs. For News 7, I'm Dan Stein in Lyndon Center. The focus for this week for the Vikings will be on the #1 ranked team in the state, the St. Johnsbury Hilltoppers, in one of the longest-standing rivalries around. And head coach Chad Simpson's main focus will be on his defense.
You know, an offense like St. Johnsbury, they have so many different weapons to use. You have to kind of pick your poison. You know, with any defensive scheme, there's always going to be weaknesses.
Junior Drew Dudas has had to adjust these past couple weeks to the middle linebacker position, but he says he will be up to the test against the Hilltopper offense.
Make sure we can shut down the run and the pass. Can't have them blowing too many deep passes past our secondary, and we can't have their offensive line manhandling our D-line.
And senior quarterback Justin Joyle's main focus will be to dissect the St. J defense.
On offense, we need to keep it simple and just execute every single play.
But whatever the score may be, players and coaches are looking forward to being involved in this rich tradition.
And just celebrating the school and the atmosphere and the climate that we have here, that's really what it's about. And then, sure, the spotlight shines on the football teams when they step on the field, but really it's about pride in ourselves and the community.
The Vikings will be in the playoffs for the first time in 4 seasons, and this game, they say, is good preparation for them for the playoffs. For News 7, I'm Dan Stein in Lyndon Center. With the recent warm temperatures, some local businesses may be feeling the heat, but the St. Johnsbury Country Club isn't sweating it.
We were kind of having a little bit of a tough time the last couple weeks, last week of August there, first week of September, where, you know, we had some chilly weather and a lot of rain the following week, so we're certainly enjoying this, and the golfers are as well.
The warm weather also runs the possibility of extending the golf season.
That's actually one of the main factors right now in how long we go with the season. It could end, you know, mid-October if it gets real cold again, but if not, we're going to go right through the end of the month, which would be fantastic, and I know the members here would certainly appreciate that.
Absolutely, you know, especially with the first, 4 months of the year. You had to dodge the raindrops to get a round in, so yeah, we're all out here taking advantage of it.
And according to the forecasts, the next few days are supposed to be even warmer. For News 7, I'm Dan Stein in St. Johnsbury. Senior Travis Gross will look to showcase his leadership for the Indians for the 2017-18 season.
I've been looking forward to this season for a long time. I know my other seniors, my juniors and sophomores on this team don't have any young guys. Can't be considered a young team anymore, so we're going to be getting up and down the court and practicing hard every day. We made it to the semis 2 years in a row, and we want to make it that one step further and win that last game.
Coach Jason Brigham is confident in bringing a majority of upperclassmen to the hardwood this season.
Okay, and then rotate to the next box. You know, I told the boys the other day that this is the first year that they can't be considered young. I mean, we like to get up and down the floor. It's definitely one of our strengths. Riley can move, Travis can move, and we've got a couple other guys that like to move right along with them.
Joining Gross on the court will be senior Riley Fenoff, and he says for him the first game of the season won't bring him butterflies, and that he is focusing on just treating it like any other game.
The only time you really start to get nervous when you get to the odd and into that playoff series, you start to get really nervous. But for the first game, I plan on just going out there and us as a team just doing our best and competing like we always do.
And also for Gross, he is 130 assists away from 500 for his career, so that will be something on his mind throughout the season. Dan Stein, News 7, Danville. Lyndon Institute and St. Johnsbury Academy wrote another chapter in their historic rivalry Saturday. There was lots of energy at Robert K. Lewis Field. First quarter of action, the Hilltoppers' first possession ends with a pass over the middle, picked off by Brandon Brunel. St. J would get their first score of the game on the next possession with a Matt Roy touchdown, and the senior would put them on the board, and after a 2-point conversion, it was 8-0. Second quarter now, St. Johnsbury up 48-0 before half, when Vikings junior Stephen Ferraro goes into the end zone off a pass from Justin Joyle, making it 48-7. Fourth quarter we go now with the Toppers up 61-14. Lyndon senior Connor Whitehead runs in for LI's second score and the last score of the game.
The Hilltoppers took the game 61-14. And here's both coaches after.
Let's take a look at some of the scores from the winter sports action in the Northeast Kingdom. In boys hockey, St. J defeated Hartford 7-5. In girls basketball, Danville lost to BMU 48-36.
There were some local teams in action over the weekend. In boys soccer, St. Johnsbury blanked Essex 2-0. The Vikings won up Stowe 1-0.